Sneakers. We all wear them. Whether we wear sneakers to work out, to be fashionable, or simply to protect our feet from the ground, everyone at one point of their life has bought a pair. But do you love sneakers? Is it your passion? Are you part of the culture? Every pair has a story to tell, so let's hear the people tell their story about the rise of the current phenomenon of sneakers. This is Soul and Tell.
Sneaker culture is changing the fact that everybody is about like reselling. People are not actually copping the sneakers to actually wear them. Before it was like, yo, I'm waiting on this line just to cop them because I want them. You know, I want these sneakers. But now it's more about copping in like a business aspect.
Sneaker resale has grown into a $2 billion market, which is roughly 4% of the sneaker industry. With some sneakers being sold for thousands of dollars, it isn't surprising that the reseller market is booming. As more companies are starting to invest in resale companies such as StockX and GOAT, many have wondered if reselling is ruining the authenticity of sneaker culture.
I wouldn't say they're ruining it. Ruin is a strong word, but they're definitely part of the process where like people want to get sneakers just because other people is wearing them and the resellers are right there to make their money, you know what I'm saying? But I can't knock their hustle.
I would say they are, or correction, we are. To a certain extent, I guess a lot of people, a lot of parents, like prime example, I will go to the Foot Lockers, Champs, and Foot Actions, and when I hit a raffle or a reservation, I will go to pick up my pair. And you will see parents coming like, hey, do you have this Yeezy that I just released? And they're like, yeah, but it's reservation only. So they're like so depressed. I want it for my son, you know, my daughter. And to a certain extent, you know, I feel bad. Like, oh, wow.
I personally see it as a bad thing just for a person that really likes to cop sneakers and has missed out on so many things that they can't. And then just knowing that, like I said, like I wear my sneakers and knowing that some of these are just staying in boxes or being resold to people, it makes it harder for people that actually have a love for sneakers and want to wear them to cop.
Yeah,
I mean, we're a part of it. We work for a consignment company,
we do. Yeah,
so we're
I have a big part of that, unfortunately, and I hate it.
Yeah, and especially I'm in the sales aspect. So like I'm really trying to get the product in, and she's authenticating it.
And I price them too, so I'll be really feeling bad. Like I really had to market like a good 20% up. It's like a lot, like 10 times the price sometimes. I'll be really feeling bad.
And people buy it.
And people buy them too.
I'm not mad at anybody trying to eat. Like I get what it's like, you know what I mean? Like that's your hustle, cool. But it does kind of like not kill the culture, but like it does put a little stain on it a little bit, right? Like, you know, kids that just admire things, you know, and they want to go to the store and buy it. Who's gonna save up 3 times box price just to, you know what I mean? But hey, that's just what it is now, you know? I'm not hating on it.
Resellers killed the game, bro. Like that shit is trash. Resellers are corny, bro. Like you should cop the sneaker to keep the sneaker and that's it. Like you stopping the opportunity from like a kid having a pair of sneakers. So I think resellers, that shit should be dead.
I'm really on the fence about that because I'm a firm believer of get it and wear it because sneakers are sneakers. They're meant to be worn, you know? They're meant for you to enjoy them as you're walking down the street, as you flexing with your friends, you know, that's what they're meant for. But sneaker culture has changed where people realize how important sneakers are to some people. So they'll buy up an entire section of sneakers that's maybe limited and then jack up the price back on the resale market. And I'm not the type to knock someone's hustle, but it does hurt for someone that actually wants sneakers for their actual purpose.
I'm not mad about the resellers because I tend to resell myself, especially if it's something I really don't want, but I know everybody wants it. Everybody gotta make you gotta make your money. The only thing I don't like is when people go crazy high on the price. But I don't knock that hustle. Get your money.
But at the same time, I respect the hustle. So if they're gonna go out and do it and stand in line and make the phone calls and make the emails and stand in 3-day lines at Foot Locker and camp out, hey, you earned it. You earned it. So now you want to throw a price on that? It's the price you pay. You put in your time and your effort. You did that, so go get that bag.
No, I don't feel that resellers ruin the game. To elaborate on it, I think that resellers have always been out. They've always been there, you know, ever since sneakers really got popular in the 90s. It's just now that they have more avenues and more platforms to sell on, it just seems that there are so many of them and they're taking over the game, but that's not really the case. They've always been there.
Oh man, I feel like reselling is like it's like there's pros and cons to it. Like the pros is that there's getting more and more exposure to sneakers. Like sneakers, like everybody's like, oh shit, there's like a crazy line out here for sneakers. Like what kind of sneaker is it? Like it's bringing out exposure, and then it's also, I don't know if it's like a good or bad, but there's like cook groups that are being created for teaching other people how to like cop sneakers or like where to get them or like things like that. Like it's another way to make a close-knit community, but also divide the community because you are competing against each other.
They like positive resellers bring.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It gives us a business aspect, and you know, about how even the country is ran, just everything in general. Small businesses, corporations, you know, supply and demand. You know, profit margins, and you really have to do our homework and research and know the history behind the shoe, the nickname, and so on and so forth. But the most important thing about it is it draws everyone together. So no matter if you know Hispanic, Black, White, Asian, everyone connects, they click, and you make genuine friends and connections, and that's the most beautiful thing about it.
Nah, to me, there's no positive in it because the reseller now is influencing the brand to now limit the amount they're gonna sell to then create the hype.
Honestly, like there's a level that I can accept and there's a level that's ODing. You know what I'm saying? Like, one, I can't knock a man's hustle. I know there's families, I've seen a documentary where like there's this grown man living off reselling kicks and feeding his children. If you can't get a job and you're doing that, do it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hate on you. But the problem is with reselling, bro, it's like, it's taking away the love, you know? People like just wanna get the kicks, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't gotta buy the kicks and charge him so much just because he wants that kick and get 300 profit. Like, that's kind of like diluting the culture, bro, and making it like more business than more love, you know? Like, people didn't get into sneakers for business. People got into sneakers because they like clothes and they wanted to look clean. They wanted to like, just, you know what I'm saying? Just walk respectable, you know what I'm saying?
The sneaker industry is expected to be worth $95 billion by 2025, and the reseller market is expected to grow to $6 billion. Whether sneaker lovers feel like resellers are ruining sneaker culture or not, the industry does not seem to be slowing down anytime soon. So, where do we see the sneaker industry going, and what changes do you think we will witness?
Oh, 5 to 10 years, well, in the next year, I already know that all these influencers, they're all getting signed by sneaker brands like Puma, Nike, Reebok. It's like everybody has their own, every brand has their eyes on somebody to uplift like their companies.
I think in the next 10 years, the sneaker game is going to be even bigger. I think, like I was saying earlier, these companies are like drafting different people. So imagine what the future holds. Like next thing you know, they got Leonardo DiCaprio Nikes or something, or someone gets into the fashion game and it's gonna be crazy.
In the next 10 years, I see sneaker culture just blowing up. Just a great deal. We already see it now in weddings, people wearing sneakers. Sneaker culture, I think, will start, invading the corporate world, where sneakers will be the mainstream. So in the next 10 years, sneakers are going to take over.
I feel like it's probably going to grow even more. I feel like women are going to get more chances in the industry as far as like probably more collabs and more shoes and stuff. I hope to see more of us in like branding and actually have like our own actual like sneaker like company. I would love to see that, hopefully in the next 10 years.
I think that it's the type of thing where it's like history repeats itself. I think a lot of people love going back to the retro styles and bringing them back. That's always popular. So I think it's always going to be like that.
I think it's going to keep going. I think it's going to keep going. Because now you have, back in the day was what? Like Jordan and Penny. And now everyone's copping their shoes. But now the next generation, like the LeBrons, the KDs, the Kyries, like that's going to set a trend. And when they come out with like 14, 15 sneakers down the line, you're going to want the Kyrie 2s from back in the day. So it's almost going to be like, it's gonna do it all over like a cycle again. You know what I mean? Cause like Jordans, when you're up to like 20 something, yo, but I want those threes still. So you're gonna, you know, it's almost like going back in time. So I can see it doing the same thing. People want the LeBron 1s or the LeBron 4s or the KD 5s, you know what I mean? Like it just keeps doing that.
You know, style recycles. So it'll become probably in the next like 5-10 years, we're gonna be back to the Air Force Ones, just plain Air Force Ones. So some Prada shoes, just regular Prada shoes. I wasn't feeling the Prada shoes, but I know somebody gonna pull them out their closet and it's gonna be hot again. Some old school Reeboks, not the dad shoe ones, just like the regular slim look. And that's all gonna be like hot once again. And they probably gonna be like $200, but it's all right.
In the next 10 years, I think the sneaker culture, it'll be scary. As far as reselling, it's gonna be probably damn near impossible to get a shoe. Like if you're not well connected or you haven't been doing this for years, just forget about it. Or you're gonna have to pay top dollar. Like if you want to wear it, you're gonna have to pay, you know, really top dollar.
Outside of aesthetic too, like I buy shoes just for the comfort. So I feel like there will be more advances in like the comfort technology. Because I feel like that we've already come a long way in terms of like
we have Ultra Boost and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they're comfortable.
Even Yeezys are comfortable. The Boost material in them is comfortable.
So I feel like in terms of technology, that'll like increase, which will probably increase the price tag, but I really do hope the quality,
the quality
increases
gets better,
too. Like I'll pay for quality and like added technology and research that is put into a shoe. So.
They're gonna be more advanced and more technology into it. Like I remember when Adidas dropped the 4D, that sneaker was crazy because I actually got a pair size, it wasn't my size, but when I saw the pair, I was just like, damn, these shoes are crazy. Like, bro, these feel mad comfortable. Like I was squishing it and everything. It was like, it would conform to your shoe or to your sneaker. So it's like, I feel like sneakers, it's gonna be more minimalistic, but it's also gonna be more comfortable, more technology into it.
I feel like it's gonna be, you know, there's gonna be more kids like creating shops. I feel like that's gonna come about. Like kids are gonna be creating stores to sell their sneakers. I see a lot more athletes probably trying to create their own sneaker, similar to like what Spencer Dinwiddie did, similar to like what Steph Marbury did, but just doing it on like a grander scale. I think they're gonna start making their own kicks.
The way it's going right now, because it's such a hype thing, like we don't even think that it would be that hype in a few years. Because like with every trend nowadays, it's kind of like it goes really hard and then it kind of dies down.
I think how they might be released is going to be changed a lot. It's already changed, you know, from just people having to camp outside, that, you know, that's non-existent now. In a sense, it's really falling back. A lot of stores do the tickets and raffles and whatnot. I think that it'll something that'll always be evolving and changing to just give more people opportunity, because even though the raffles are still out there, and you know, not everybody can enter them, and I think that these stores, you know, they want to make money. It's all about profit. So if they can, if they have such a large supply, and then they can, you know, broaden their sales, they'll find ways to help everybody out.
It might be a different brand. It might be a different, you know, thing by the time, you know, that 10 years from now. I couldn't predict it. One thing I do realize though is your people like your StockX's, your Stadium Goods, they're getting like big deals, and you know, like I think one of them just got copped by LVMH, and like their huge resale market isn't going anywhere. So in the next 5 years, it could morph and change and pivot into, you know, a main lane now.
Honestly, man, the sneaker game has changed so much, bro, since I've been started in it, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I think it's going in the negative route, bro. Everything's getting commercialized, you know what I'm saying? Like, things that were like popping in the hood and like what the hood made cool are getting pimped out by these high fashion companies. They're like going in the hood, taking what we made dope, or like, and basically making it commercialized and expensive and unaffordable. And so that's where I see it going, bro. They're gonna take things that we hold dearly to us, do some collabs, and make them unaffordable.
Sneaker culture has changed over the years, and the sneaker industry is currently at an all-time high. With the rapid growth in the industry, it may be difficult to join a culture that is constantly changing. We've asked our enthusiasts to give advice to someone who is trying to get into the game.
Make sure your heart is in it. You know, whether you're a collector or reselling, just make sure your heart is in it, because if your heart is not in it, and you're not passionate about it, you won't love it. And if you don't love what you do, it's like, why waste your time?
If you're trying to get into sneakers right now, one thing I want to tell you is do your research. There are sneakers that are dropping every day, every week. Like, there's sneakers that are dropping, but you don't have to cop all of them unless you want to. If you want to buy and resell, then definitely do your research. Make sure you make a group of friends that, you know, you guys are all into the same thing, so that way you never go alone, because people do get robbed. Like, these streets do not play fair.
Girl, good luck. Good luck with the drops. I said just go for it. There's like plenty of influencers and people to look at, especially her soul. Just look at us. Just look at us.
It all depends on where you want to be.
Yeah.
Like, if you just want to cop your sneakers and go, then I would say go for stuff that you find comfortable, that you feel can match like multiple of your outfits. Because there's some sneakers that I have that I'm just like, every time I'm about to walk out the door and put them on, I'm like, I'm gonna put these on instead.
All right, look, if you're trying to get into the sneaker game, I say the most important sneaker for you to get is the Air Jordan 4 Breads. You get those, you get like 3 pair of those, you rock one. You rock all of them, right? But you rock one that you just beat to the ground. You got another one that you beat to the ground. Then you keep the other one just for only special occasions, right? But that sneaker right there, you wear them anytime, you be good. If you go to any function, nobody could clown you. So get a pair of 4 Breads and you good.
Honestly, man, whatever I'm gonna tell you, bro, do what you like. That's it. Buy what you love. Who cares what's popping? Who cares what's cool? Who cares what's expensive?
Well, what I would definitely say is be patient. You're gonna catch a lot of L's, but just keep trying, you know. Once you hit on one, it'll give you some more confidence to keep trying again on the next pair.
Try to get 3 pairs of shoes, right? Of the same shoe they drop, whatever it drops. If you want that shoe, get 3 pairs of it, all right? Because when you get 3 pairs, you sell the 2 and you get 1 for free. So you won't have to spend no money, you know? And you could build your own sneaker collection that way. So do your thing, man.
I would tell someone trying to get in the sneaker game to be in love with it. Find something that resonates with you. Like if it's a shoe, like I love my Grant Hills when I was a kid. Like if there's something that you like and that you fall in love with, go with that. Let that take you and move you into the game. Like don't just try to go and cop the Travis Scotts just because everybody's going crazy over them. Don't just go try to cop the, you know, the Sakai's or whatever it is. Like make sure your heart is in it a little bit, at least a little bit, you know?
I definitely agree with Chris. Like, don't just be like going for sneakers for the hype. Like, actually build a love for sneakers. Find a sneaker that you really love, and like, if that's what you want to do, then do it.
My word of advice when it comes to something like that is stay true to what you like. Don't follow the hype. You know, as long as you keep buying what you like, it's all that matters.